Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is a weekend in the life video. Thought I'd bring you along to show you some of our Easter weekend, as well as all the yummy food we had. If you guys enjoy these types of videos on my channel, please remember to hit that like button. Now let's get to the video. The first dinner we had on this weekend was my ham and white bean soup. I have a pound of navy beans that I rinsed and sorted, and I've shown this soup on my channel before, but I'll just go ahead and tell you again real quick what's in it. I'm going to put in 2 cups of broth and 6 cups of water. Then I'm going to throw in half a sweet onion, 2 stalks of celery, and some leftover wingtips we had in the freezer. Since this was going to be cooking for a while, I went ahead and moved it to the back burner. And then I just seasoned it with some garlic powder, seasoned salt, parsley, and pepper. Then I'm going to bring it to a boil and lower the heat and let it simmer for about an hour. After an hour, I strained out the broth and added in my beans. I just let the beans cook for about 2.5 hours before adding in half a pound of chopped ham and a couple of chopped carrots. Then I just seasoned it with some more of the seasonings I used for the broth, and I'll have this recipe down in the description box. Then I'm going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes more. Amen, Baba. The next morning, Adam was trying to fix the ceiling fan in our school and craft room because it was wobbling all over the place. I had decided I wanted to take the leaves out of the table because it was just taking up way too much room in the kitchen, and we don't really need that much room. I ended up taking them both out, but then the chairs wouldn't fit, so then I put one back in. Adam got the fan fixed. The only drawback was all of the June bugs that fell out of it. Had just had some cereal for breakfast, and for lunch on this day we heated up the leftover of the ham and bean soup. Why are these all the low cards?
Because he went to the deck. Picked out what he wanted.
Because he was playing by himself?
Yep. It means he wins.
Well, that's no fun.
It's fun for the winner. I'm telling you, we can start calling that I win. You won again.
Adam's getting started on some pork that we're going to slow cook for dinner. These were just some pork steaks, I believe. And he just seasoned them with some garlic and onion powder, some cumin and chili powder, salt and pepper, parsley, and seasoned salt. Then he added in a few tablespoons of butter, some sriracha, and some beef broth. He just wrapped that all up in foil and put it in the oven at 275 degrees. To cook for a few hours before dinner. Did you not get enough? Sure, you can have my leftovers.
You're not allowed to have any of that stuff.
You like the bean soup? You're funny.
Mom, can you help me put this in?
Is that the one you want?
These are both cool. That's like I'll be rocking freaking Zach from
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
Oh yeah, I wanted you to help me move this table. So my craft and schoolroom has been a complete mess lately because I've been spending time making masks for those in need. And before you comment down below on whether they work or not, it really doesn't matter because in our county, it's now required that you wear a face mask when you're out in public. And since Adam's an essential employee, I made some for him to wear to work and some for his coworkers. And I'm also going to make as many as I can to hand out to people who need them. Once I got all the mess cleaned up, I'm going to get my little workspace a little more organized. So I've got my cutting mat, and then I have a bunch of uncut fabric. Then I have my squares of cotton and also of flannel to make my masks. So these are the types of masks I've been making, and now I ran out of elastics, so I've started making ties for them, which I don't have any bias tape, so I'm having to make it myself. And Adam wanted this pirate one for work, so that's what I'm gonna make him. So I thought since I was making these anyway, I'd make a little video to show you how I make them, just in case you wanted to give it a try yourself. If you're not interested in this part, I'll leave a timestamp here on the screen so you can skip ahead. So from this fabric, I'm just going to cut 2 rectangles that are 9 by 7 inches, and I'm also going to cut one the same size from a piece of flannel to put in between. So to put this together, I'm going to put my piece of flannel on the bottom, then I'm going to put one of my pieces of fabric right side up, and the last piece I'm going to put facing down. I put a pin in the middle of the fabric on the top and bottom of the mask just to hold everything together. Then I flip open my fabric and add the straps on either side. I'm going to add one strap about a 1/2 inch from the top and one a 1/2 inch from the bottom. Then I just tuck those into the inside and turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. Then I just sewed this all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, leaving a 2 to 3 inch gap to turn it right side out. Then I just clipped off the corners and turned it right side out, and then I'm going to head over to my ironing board. It's also always a good idea to push out those seams and the corners so that it lays more flat when you iron it. So after I get this all pressed flat, I'm gonna fold it in half and press to make a crease. Then I'm gonna fold the bottom and the top down to meet in the middle and press again to make 2 more creases. Be sure to avoid your straps or your elastic if they're not cotton, because you don't want to melt them to your iron. Then I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm going to take that top crease and bring it up to about 1/2 inch from the top of the mask. Then I'm going to take the middle crease and bring it up to 1/2 inch from the top one. And then I'm just going to do the same thing with the bottom crease. It's going to be 1/2 inch away from the last one. Then I'm going to press it all to make the pleats nice and clean. Then I'm going to take this back to the sewing machine and top stitch all the way around to hold those pleats in place. And this will also seal up the opening that we turned it through. Here's what it looks like when it's all finished. Now I'm gonna get started making a whole bunch more. To go with our dinner on this night, Adam's making some naan bread. If you've been around for a while, you've seen us make this before, and I'll be sure to leave the recipe down in the description box. That was a pretty good song.
I took a picture of you.
What you making?
Not bread.
Not bread?
Oh, non-bread.
What are you doing?
Balsamic vinegar.
He has money.
You can't even see Crosby. Silly old boy. When our pork was all finished, Adam just shredded it up and added a little more beef broth to make a little more sauce. Then we just served this alongside our naan bread with some jasmine rice and corn.
Well, meat.
Well, I ate the whole soup. I ate the whole soup, Derek.
Make your own little taco with it. Pretty cool, right?
Well, I need a big enough one.
Rice. Corn.
Okay.
The next morning was Easter. The Easter Bunny did things a little bit different this time because the night before we were supposed to have some really bad storms, but luckily they ended up missing us.
Did you check everywhere?
Yeah.
Did you check under things, behind things? Have you checked every corner you can check?
Turn that light on over there.
Oh, I find it. What? Oh, that will work.
Turn the light on. Eggs!
Now what we do?
Now, Mom and Dad have to hide the eggs so you can find them. The Easter Bunny didn't hide them because it was going to storm. What's on the floor? Which one's what? This one has a T on it for Tucker.
Yep. And D for Garrett. Oh,
After our egg hunt, we made some homemade deviled ham sandwiches. We put half a pound of ham into our food processor, and we seasoned that up with some paprika, seasoned salt, salt and pepper, and garlic and onion powder. Then we added in some mayonnaise, mustard, and some relish. Whenever I have a deviled ham sandwich, I've got to have some plain salty potato chips because I like to put them right on my sandwich. And for dinner this night, we had some smash burgers with some homemade macaroni and cheese. The last time we went to TJ Maxx, about a month or more ago, I found this Easter pasta and I knew I wanted to do something with it, so we just made some mac and cheese. I'm blaming these burgers on my friend Tamara. Well, actually her husband. He's been making these. Her channel's Southern Wife Everyday Life. If you don't know her yet, go check her out. He's been making these burgers and they look so good. We don't have a flat top grill, so we just made them inside. And for our cheese sauce, in our saucepan, we're just throwing in some Velveeta cheese, some butter, cream cheese, sour cream, and some milk. Also made his burger sauce he likes to make, which is just some mayonnaise, some coarse mustard, some barbecue sauce, and some Texas Pete hot sauce. some burger and your bunny mac and cheese.
Yum.
Oh, Bubba.
Okay, everyone
Is he okay?
I don't know. He keeps rubbing it and I can't really see. And I mean, yeah, he's okay, but I'm sure it hurts.
Well, eat your burger and we'll make some s'mores again. Does that make you feel better?
Rubbing it. Let me see.
I can't see what's the flag. Please want tacos are here. And please with the corn by celery. Thank you for one happy Easter. And thank you for the new soccer ball, Easter Bunny. And for the egg with all candy. And those toys. And for this one. Amen.
Amen. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time.
What do you think of your burger?
More crunchy, milky in my mouth.
Melty in your mouth.
It's fills me up. Just goodness.
Yeah? What do you think, Tuck? Yummy? Is your eye okay? Bunny macaroni! Did you make them good?
I mean, yeah, I can taste the ground beef in them and the bacon's delicious.
And for Easter, we can never forget that temple. And for Easter, we got jello beans and smiley face is raining the same.
Mm-hmm.